So guys, welcome back to another video, another cook, and today we're going to do bang bang chicken. It is one that we like to eat out quite often, so if we're out and we see it on the menu, we do eat it. However, I will preface this with saying this isn't traditional. This is kind of a, I'm gonna say a mashup between the traditional Chinese version and the Americanized version. The sauce is definitely leaning more towards the traditional version, but we're not doing the traditional method of preparing the chicken. We're just going to get this onto some skewers, show it some fire, and then get the sauce onto it. Nevertheless, traditional or not, it tastes damn good. Now, there's quite a bit of stuff here. Don't let it intimidate you. It's not too bad. Most of this just goes into the sauce. Everything else is really simple. And it's not a sauce that you have to cook down either. You just make it up, mix it up, put it into the fridge. It's good to go. So we will start off by getting that sauce ready, and then we'll move on to getting the chicken ready. In here, I have about 75 grams of peanut butter. This is going to provide the creaminess in the sauce, and we build on top of this then. I'm going to go in with a tablespoon of light soy sauce. And then all our other liquids are all a teaspoon. So tablespoon of soy sauce, teaspoon of everything else. So we're going in with a teaspoon of sesame oil, teaspoon of chili oil, teaspoon of balsamic vinegar, and lastly, teaspoon of honey. One other thing, seasonings wise then, is a bit of pepper and garlic. We'll go in with about a teaspoon of garlic granules. And a good grinding of pepper. Then we just need to bring all that together. I'm going to use one of these little whisks. Just makes it a little bit easier, hopefully it won't jab as much. But we just mix it all up and that's it, good to go. So mix it up and give it a taste. I'm going to adjust it slightly. I want a little bit more heat. So I'm going to add another little drizzle of the chili oil. Another teaspoon or so. I've added another teaspoon or so of honey as well, because the sweetness isn't really coming through. So give that another little taste. Heat is much better that time. Yeah, and I think it's probably balanced well between the balsamic vinegar, giving that little twang to it, and the sweetness of the honey. So that is our sauce. We're going to season up our chicken, and then we're going to keep some to the side, and we're going to brush this onto the chicken while it's cooking. And then we're also going to keep some just to put into the flatbreads once they're finished. I'll take that back inside, let it blend together, and we'll crack on with the chicken. Before we dirty the board up with chicken, we need to chop up a couple of peppers. Use whatever colour peppers you want, but we need 2 whole peppers. Now, these are going to go onto the skewers with the chicken, so do not cut them up into little tiny chunks. Maybe into, I don't know, half, and then half again. Just get the seeds out, get the tops off, and cut them into big chunks so we can skewer them up with the chicken. So we should be able to fold them up, get the skewers pushed through them, and then we'll dice them up afterwards. So here's our chicken. Nice and easy with these. We're just going to cut them in half, just into 2 pieces. We want the big chunks. We're using the big Russian skewers again, so they'll fit onto it no problem. We're going to fit probably 2 breasts onto each one. So just go ahead, get them cut in half. You can trim up any little bits that need to. Okay, I'll have a quick clean down, then we'll come back and get that seasoned. If we bring our chicken back up, we can go ahead and throw our peppers in here as well, so they get a bit of the seasoning onto them. Now, let's talk about the seasoning. This is a little homemade mix. There is salt, pepper, a little bit of ginger, a little bit of sugar, a few chili flakes in there. I'll leave all the measurements down below, but there should just be enough to kind of coat this chicken, give it a nice flavour and some of the veg. So we'll go ahead and get that sprinkled on. Give that a tiny little drizzle of oil. That'll just help them seasonings bind to it a little bit. Then we're just going to have to get in with our hands, get everything mixed together. So a lot of the flavour is going to come from that sauce. It's not actually going to be from this seasoning. but this is just to get a little bit of a base layer on there. Just move everything around, make sure all the chicken has a bit of the seasoning on it. Peppers are all looking good. That looks good to me. Now we can get it all skewered up and onto the barbecue. Okay, Russian skewers again. 4 bits of chicken. How many bits of pepper do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 bits of pepper, perfect. He says, all right, let's go. Chicken pepper, chicken pepper. Last bit of chicken. And last bit of pepper. So, that's what our skewers are going to be like. Just lay that there, we'll get the other one done. Those are pretty similar, hopefully they'll stay on. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands. It's time to get them onto the barbecue. Okay, KJ set up hot coals here. This is what we're going to cook over. I do have a little pot here of our sauce, just a little bit of it in it. I'm going to set it on just to warm. So, we'll grab our skewers, get them on. Now, we'll just leave them be. I'm going to leave the lid up because this little melting pot, I can't let the handle go in because it's plastic. If you ever put a plastic handle in a melting pot, idiots. But those will take on heat from the bottom and cook. We are going to prep some of the veg that's going to go along with these as well. So we're going to put them into flatbreads today. Not traditional Chinese, I know, but it's kind of how we want to eat them. Bit of salad, peppers in it, cucumber, nice chicken. It's going to be good. So we'll let them do their thing. We'll come over and we'll get the veg prepped. Okay, so we want to put cucumber into this, but we want to like julienne them into little tiny strips. So the way we do it is if we go at a bias, so we've got an angular cut, and then we can just take that, cut it into thin strips. And we'll just take those and do them into little batons. And that's as simple as that. That'll then go into our pita breads. I'll do a few more off camera here, but let's go and check on the chicken. Okay, chicken is ready for a turn, so we'll give it a flip over. Peppers are nicely charred. Start to soften up on the other side. Our chicken's starting to get a good colour on it. Now we need to get a bit of that sauce brushed onto it. We'll let that do its thing for a little while, then we'll come back, flip it over, and we'll baste it again with the sauce on the other side. And we'll give it one more flip. Take a look at our temperatures. Yeah, we're sitting pretty much 75 on those ones. A little bit low at the front. We're not too bad, 73, those will carry over fine. So we'll get another brush on, and it's time to lift them off. Just use up the last of that sauce we have in the pot. Don't let it go to waste. It's better to be on the food than in the dishwasher. Okay, now we'll just shut the lid down, let it finish off a little bit with that sauce on it just to set it, and it's time to get it off and serve it. I'm just going to throw our flatbreads on top of the chicken just to warm them up a little bit. Right, all done. Put them together. Took all the photos I'm going to take of them. Time to give them a bite. Do you know what? I'll save the one facing you and I'll take a bite of the one at the back. Rubs up. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. If you like the satay, you're going to love this. Very, very similar. It was slightly sweeter than satay. Adding the cucumber and the peppers and all that kind of stuff makes it really fresh. Yeah, I think I prefer that over satay, without a doubt. I kind of like this way of eating it too. Oh, we're not getting it. Right, one little word of warning. For those of you that have hung around to the end of the video, just keep an eye and keep turning it. Once you put that sauce on and you turn it down towards the flame, you don't want to walk away and leave it for 10-15 minutes. One, your chicken will probably be overcooked, but two, it will catch. So keep turning it. Once you put sauce on both sides, you turn it face down so that sauce is pointing towards the flames. Then you want to turn it every few minutes just to get a nice bit of colour on it, but without it going over. That's a little pro tip for anybody that hung around to the end of the video. So full recipe will be in the description below for the sauce, the seasonings, the stuff that goes along with it. Definitely recommend doing it this way. I love it. Really nice dish, and one I'll definitely be doing again. If you do cook it, remember to tag me in your photos. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.